Hey, folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome. I haven't seen you since last year. Everyone in chat was making a joke. I had to as well, right? It's just a joke you have to make in January. Hope Sudbury escaped from the worst of the snowstorm. We had quite a bit of a storm a week and a half ago, something like that. It sort of like preceded. It wasn't the same storm that like obliterated the United States. It was like a little sooner than that. Maybe it was part of the same system. I have no idea. But then it got real warm here. We actually got like a lot of the snow melted. It was really bizarre. I've been away for about a week. I spent at my parents' house, hanging out with my family, and my nieces and nephews did a bunch of sliding on a hill that we had. And then like 2 days later, it was all grass instead of a foot and a half of snow, 40, 50 centimeters of snow, just gone, just absolutely gone. It was crazy. Meanwhile, Europe, I have a New Year's Eve party where I sat on the balcony in t-shirt. Man, oh man. Sound like radio host? Yeah. I after finding out that OBS had reset my audio settings, unfortunately not until I'd recorded like 15 freaking episodes of Baldur's Gate, and also I think it's gone on for a little while. Like, we kept having a fight with like the volume levels in Dwarf Fortress and things, and I was like, why are we having such a hard time balancing the sounds? And then finally I looked through the sound settings in OBS and realized that at some point OBS just reset my sound settings. I suspect the fault isn't exactly OBS. I suspect Windows, like, because everything comes through ultimately through a USB thing. And I suspect Windows was like, this is a new USB device that is completely different from the other USB device that was plugged into the same socket at some point on some reboot or something like that. And so OBS thought it was a brand new mic as well. And, so the sound settings not so much got reset as just not applied to this quote-unquote new audio device. So my audio ducking wasn't working. That's a feature where the desktop sounds are a certain level, and then as I start talking, the desktop sound gets lowered, and then once I stop talking, it kind of comes back up again. That way you can hear the audio of the game normally, except when I'm talking, then you can hear me more clearly. Now, on top of that, some of the other settings, like I had very basic like compression settings and noise gates and things like that in OBS. And those stopped applying. But in addition to that, when I reset them, rather than just redo what I had before, I went through and tried to actually get a good setup. So now we've got Radio Quill over here. The smooth sounds of Radio Quill. It's possible the ducking's a bit too aggressive, yeah. I mean, I'm erring on the side of like, when in doubt, mute the hell out of the game sounds. But, maybe we could undo that a little bit as we go. We will see. We got some whiskey and chocolate that came in. I have to relog. What's going on here, Streamlabs? Oh my god. Did they change their whole UI? Hold on, I gotta reauthorize myself on Streamlabs. Okay, not their whole UI, but I had to do a full relogin. I mean, I guess I was away for a few days. Sure, that seems legit. We got some whiskey and chocolate from No One Hears What He Appears. Thank you very much. When you quaff from your mug, cause the elf is a lug, and your friend went and dug beneath Necromancer's rug, you know it's time to play Dwarf Fortress. Happy 2023. Thank you very much. I kind of want to try singing that again, like, it's almost like in the theme of like, when the moon hits your eye, when you quaff from your mug, cause the elf is a lug, and your friend went and dug. No, okay, it doesn't work quite the way I thought it was, but it was like, maybe it's a thing that could be there. I don't know. I do have a very special beverage for today. Happy New Year, everyone. Need to say it in a dwarf voice. Radio Quill, where it's all games and food all the time. Absolutely. Navy Way. Hey, Quill, wanted to thank you for passing your great streams and videos. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. I'm hoping that 2023 will make my 2022 work look like garbage, because a lot of the stuff in 2022 I thought actually was kind of a mess, and I'm hoping to do better. One of my things, 2023, I guess my resolution is I'm hoping to kick it up a notch just a wee bit more, if at all possible. So we'll see. Isn't this the dwarf voice? Wait. You know what they say when you assui, you make an ass out of the UI, the UI. I mean, it sounds like when you make an assumption. I'm sorry, I probably read that terribly. Oh, Banana, I'm so sorry I messed up your joke. I'm sure I did. Okay, people are probably, hopefully done trickling in by now. We're going to go ahead and read the subs and resubs, and then we're going to get started with the video game. Bum, 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 bum. Do we have some lists to see whether we make it into the fortress? Yeah, so one thing, so last time we did a streamed fortress, I had Dwarf Therapist set up with, DF Hack set up with an auto nickname script. I'd exported the subscriber list from Twitch, saved it as a text file, which DF Hack could read and auto nickname the dwarves. We don't have that set up anymore, and I'm not going to rename... Well, now we've got 109 people in the fortress. We can go up to 200. We spend all stream renaming it. So instead what we're doing is we're renaming notable people as it happens using Twitch chat stuff. So using names from that. So that's going to be the situation when something notable comes up. We do name our dwarves. But yeah, so yes, subs and resubs very quickly. We got brand new subscribers. Glacial Lightning, thank you very much for hitting that Twitch Prime button. Very appreciated. Twitch does not like to remind people to use their Twitch Prime. It just sits there. If you got it, whack that button. It doesn't have to be on my channel, but use it because you'll really help out a streamer. And otherwise, Amazon just pockets all that. Maybe some of our pockets gives you a little something as well. Shaz8591, thank you very much for the brand new sub as well. And Fall Freya, thank you. Good name. Marvin Berger is at 22-month resub. Norman the Danes at 83. Boyd of Zinj, 41 months. New Year's resolution will learn Dwarf Fortress and make time to play. That's a good resolution, Boyd. I approve of that. Signet is at, or Sign GT. I always say Signet. I don't know, is at 11 months, just shy of a Twitch anniversary. You Bring the Light In is at 56 months. Thank you. Goody is at 63 months. Desert Tiger's at 26 months. Smetsky's at 5 months. Zonox is at 3 months. CS and Zoltan, 88 months. Hope you had a wonderful holiday. I did. It was really wonderful. Very recharging. I mean, kind of exhausting because, family time and all that kind of things can be its own kind of sort of tiring at the end, but it was a mental recharge that, I definitely needed. I definitely needed that. Jazium is at 25 months. Lem Gardner, 82. Two Fangs at 66 months. Fopal's at 23 months. Kalark's at 53. J-Lass is at 22. Ristalion is at 8 months. Ristalion was really looking forward to some more Dwarf Fortress when we were doing the potion stuff a week ago. Just Wanna Fly is at 30 months. Are you serious? Is serious enough to be around for 95 months. Pizza Metris is at 27. Salty Old Badger's at 26. Banana Commander, 61 months. TV Bird, 18 months. Beautiful number. Yellow Nasal is our first Twitch baby of the day at 9 months. Anon Giles at 81. Defective Automatons at 70. We got a lot of resubs today because we took a week off. Kerbal King is at 9 months, another Twitch baby, and hopefully we will indeed get to play some Kerbal Space Program 2 in the not too distant future. Kermino is at 18 months, Dalxin's at 30, and we've also got Viper coming at 11, Thricewise at 42, Ataraxi is at 3 months, Marvin Burger's at 22, which I think I already read. Let's play video games. I'm sure you've already seen, but according to the wiki, apparently the preset labors all only activate the single task that matches the name, except for hauling, which is all hauling, and orderlies is the nursing task. That is good to know. Because, yeah, there's still some... So, first of all, the Dwarf Fortress wiki has finally been sort of updated for the new version 0.50. Not all the articles have been rewritten and updated, but they have... The DF wiki has versioning, so you can check the version of the information for various sub patches. So the version 50, which is what this is now live on that. So things are getting updated. And yeah, I still have tons of questions about the labor system. I haven't read the new article in there, and I think a lot of it is still people figuring some things out. But I'm very much looking forward to take a look-see at that, which sounds exhausting. Prime subscription expires tomorrow. Can't renew it. I know. Yeah, you can't pre-renew it. You gotta do it only after. You can't auto-renew either. Such a shame. Such a shame. Just scrolling through chat here, see if I missed anything I didn't spot. 700k subs on YouTube this year. I mean, Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You started good. Managed to succeed my first world conquest at U4 with 40 years to spare. Yay me. Nice. Last night I played a game of Victoria 3 for fun. I started as Canada again. Apparently I really like playing as Canada. Hey, Irish Jake. And I finished the run early this morning and had an absolute hoot. Number one great power in the world by far. I think I had quintuple the GDP of the next highest country. So as Canada, I completely annexed all of the United States and Mexico and the United Kingdom. I puppeted France and Belgium and Morocco and Egypt. I had India. I colonized most of Africa. It was a pretty good game. It was a pretty good game. Did you leave the GB this time? How'd you break away from the UK? Yeah, I did an independence war to break away from the UK, and it turned out to be surprisingly easy. And I think I immediately became like the third world power, third great power in the world after doing that. Maybe somewhere around there. I don't know. No, I haven't played the new leaders in Civ 6 yet. You have to do a Let's Play for that. Did you get Petra? I'm not sure. So let's do a little tour of Dwarf Fortress here. Things are in pretty good shape. One of the goals today, I do want to go and embiggen my military. That's going to be one thing. The other thing we're going to do is dig more deeply and greedily. This is currently our ground floor over here, which is actually at elevation 5. What's our surface at? 48. Okay, so I mean, we're 43 levels below the surface over here in this cavern level, but we're gonna dig a little bit more deeply and greedily today. But I think first we're gonna buff out the military. So here's our little surface area. I think it's lovely. We've got kind of a basic fort here. Just kind of a big fat square tower going on. We haven't roofed this entire internal area, but we've got a 2-tile wide walking path on the top, along with fortifications kind of blocking things in, giving us some cover, which is nice. We do have a drawbridge that we can pull up, and we have done that from time to time. How do you not die from the caverns fall? That is a great question. We'll definitely talk about that. I also saw earlier when you subbed, or one of the messages you posted very early on the chat, I'd noticed the name and I can't remember what you said, and it had been something I'd meant to respond to, so my apologies there. My happy apologies for not getting at you then. Hey, map staring, you won't tell dwarf jokes. Oh, I'm a responsible man. They look up to me. Oh, boo. 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 I've got a good dwarf joke. It's really short. Anyway, someone link the announcement.txt. If you do ! What game, red noisy squirrel, you will get a link to my announcement text that I've got in there. And hopefully that's something we can like set up as kind of a mod later on. Anyway, so this is the surface. I think everything's pretty nice, pretty spiffy over here. If we descend, we do have our old farming level over here. We technically do still have some farm plots over here. They're not necessarily the most productive because, I mean, we do have to set it to fertilize, at least for some of them. But it's not great soil, so it's going to be there. And we dug out this larger area over here where nothing is currently happening. It's filling with various fungus and things because we have access to our cavern lair, but that's about it. We dig down a little bit more. Oh, is this where I'm putting my, this is my guild hall. The Flax and Birth, this is our farming guild. Oh, yes. I think our one and only guild hall that we have in this base thus far. It's not super duper decorated, but we did hit the value level, and it's got room for some extra bits and bobs later on. If these guys get enough members that they want an upgrade, then we'll go ahead and do that. Did you hear? Yes, I like that one. Did you hear about the dwarf psychic who escaped from prison? He was a small medium at large. Oh yes, was it the one about OBS was asking if you knew of any videos for how to use that for people who have problems understanding software stuff? Okay, I don't know if it was that. Maybe it was. So you're asking about OBS. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should make my own guide. My guide is mostly going to be like me regurgitating things from other better guides, but I probably should have something like that on my channel just because people might look there first. We'll see. If we continue to go downwards, we've got, I think this was just a spot to dig out some sort of material. I think we're digging out a bunch of jet over here because the jet is really cool. Not a valuable material for us, but it's black and makes some really good looking little workshops. I think that was the idea. We do have some hematite over here that we can mine out. I mean, the default settings in this new version of Steam are super abundant minerals. So we're really not hurting with trying to like find stuff. Maybe it was the chalk area. I mean, there's no chalk on these walls, so I don't think this one was. I don't think this one was. But it's possible. Dig down over here. We do have our hospital set up, and across from the hospital, in something that doesn't, you know, lend itself to fear or anything, we do have our various funeral areas. Way over here, we have our little catacombs with some tombs. We only have 4 closed coffins over here, so we haven't had that many dwarves die. This area is being dug out as a fancy tomb for one of our nobles. We'll have to go and fill that in relatively soon. And we did have some people die outside of our walls, because we had closed up our gate, because we get undead raids over here. And before we had our fortifications up, dwarves were just like flinging themselves off our ledges and getting beat to death by zombies. So we weren't able to recover those bodies in time. So they just have some slabs over here with some engravings to them. If we go down one more level, we get our primary work floor here, where we have some stockpiles. It's technically all one stockpile. I do like that. I don't think, previous to this version of Dwarf Fortress, I don't think you could do these like a stockpile with a really kind of weird layout that you can kind of keep painting. I'm not sure that was the case. Unless I'm wrong, hold on. Maybe they're all, no, yeah, this is all stockpile 6. Yeah. Yeah, it's all stockpile 6. This is this is our generic stockpile over here for our workshop floor. And then we do have some supplementary stockpiles in the back that help along with our smelting. I believe this is our stockpile for new clothing, because the idea is we might put the old clothing outside to rot instead, but we will see. Yeah, painting per block is new, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. We have a tomb for nobles. We'll have to fill it soon. Regicide much? I mean, you know, putting in a coffin or something, but depends on how much of a pain in the ass 4-star flood is. You should only have one of each workshop. I strongly disagree, Fall Freya. Although I'm interested in knowing why you say that, because there may be some room for optimization that I could take as a clue to that. But a lot of my workshops, some of the jobs, we do a fair amount of work per day, and I do like to run multiple things in parallel, so they happen simultaneously. A lot of times I would do a lot of smelting in bulk, so I want multiple smelters happening. What question should you have? Not following, I'm so sorry. Anyway, if we keep going down, this is a huge carved out area. This was just for us to get some raw blocks. We'd run out of like non-economic hard stone. So I think we just carved out a bunch of area. We got a bunch of mudstone over here. I think this is before I got into like doing all the stuff out of jet. And then we are also using this as another one of our generic stockpiles. It's just everything, most everything can go in here. We may have a few things filtered out. Yeah, no, just basically the garbage and the stone. And then down here we've got the living quarters, which for a while had some really cool like little Pingu art, but things keep changing in kind of weird ways. Maybe it's Pingu with like a really long weird stray hair and like a giant square body sorted out. We got a bunch of bedrooms. New set of bedrooms have been carved out, but not yet furnished. So that's going to be another thing on our to-do today. Little dining hall with a dance floor. So it's a combination dining hall and tavern. And we carved out enough room over here to have a dance floor. Oh, little baby growing up. And then just 6 rooms. We might want to have more rooms for guests for the inn. They don't have to be connected or anything like that. They could be somewhere else, and that's totally fine too. But yeah, very busy little hall. And we do have some artifacts being showcased over here. So we've got a pedestal over here with one of our artifacts. Is this another artifact? No, it's the button here. There it is. It's a copper animal trap artifact. Yep, on display. Not terribly valuable, but you know, this is a busy area, so hopefully people can see the artifacts quite often and therefore get those good thoughts. It also takes the artifacts out of our stockpile so that we don't include it in our training. How's security for artifacts? We don't have anything specific set up for security. Those of you who have been watching the YouTube series of our Dwarf Fortress run have been privy to our investigation of the heist of one of our artifacts. Quite a nice artifact in that game. I think it was worth like 12,000 dwarf bucks. I think it was also earrings, and those have gone. I was gonna say, if we continue to descend, apparently we'll have to wait for an autosave. Lock up those artifacts or guard them and have a justice system. Yeah, we have, I think we might have some justice system stuff in place. We'll take a look at that. but I can't remember. If goblins, yeah, we have goblin visitors. You know? You know what? Anyone can come as long as they're willing to drink beer. Right, so if we continue down, here we have the first of our noble rooms. So I believe this is for our mayor, 4-star flood here. And he is mostly satisfied. Still definitely needs a tomb, and the quarters also need to be improved a bit, which might happen once all this engraving is done over here. If not, we'll whack in some extra furniture in there, and that should give it the value that we want. After that, we go down, 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 down. This here is an area with chalk. Absolutely. You can see chalk cavern floor over here, and some of the others might have been as well. So that we needed this for Fluxstone. It's possible that we need more as well. I'm kind of tempted. I'm going to go and put a super low priority little dig command over here to dig out some more. Oh, that's gypsum. Chalk over here. Yeah, we'll do something like that. There's more chalk and lignite. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. So that's going to be on priority 7, so it's going to happen last if there's any other digging to be done. Down, 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 down we go. Little exploratory tunnel. Down, 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 down. These exploratory tunnels here reveal the cavern level, which if we continue all the way down, we get as deeply as we have gone, which is right over here, which is also where we set up a little extra farming for our plump helmets. So again, I do intend to dig a little bit more deeply and greedily today. We shall see. Our little... Okay, let's come back to the nobles' quarters. Can't do two things without getting interrupted. I was rewatching the Seven Pillars, only just realized your dwarven civilization weren't half goblin. Was it really? Oh, that's funny. Chalk plus jet makes a fancy blackboard. Ha ha! So the dead walk! Hide while you can. Game's paused, right? I'm curious. If I look at civilizations over here... Okay, that we do have a goblin civilization nearby that we are at war with. However, unless I'm wrong, and I'm never wrong, I don't believe we've ever been raided by goblins yet. However, we do frequently get some little undead visitors. What typically happens in previous times, we get a necromancer shows up and then pretty quickly leaves. I don't actually see the necromancer this time, but the necromancer like shows up, raises a few dead bodies. The necromancer themselves leave, but then they leave some undead. Now we are going to go and raid this necromancer tower soon to like end this, but there we go. We've got 2 putrid slayers. These things are pretty dangerous. A putrid slayer wielding a sock was the downfall of one of our forts once. And then we've got some undead over here. We spent an entire siege a whole year locked up with the undead around, and then finally when I built up the military and when I was going to go and fight them, they lifted the siege just literally as I was about to walk out. It's very annoying. A sock, yes, it was actually a friendly visitor. We actually had friendly undead. I think it was like an undead scholar was hanging out in our library and had a sock in his hand for like a long time. I think like a couple of years, and then one day just snapped and went crazy. Potentially it was like there might have been like a creature attack that killed someone of a faction they belonged to. I don't know what it was. I don't know what actually set it off. Hey, Helco! Here, have some dwarven ale. Well, thank you very much. Anyway, this one undead snapped and used the sock to beat, I think it was a little over 40. Was it 43 or 44 dwarves to death with this sock? I got a screenshot. I actually sent it to the developer. I sent it to Tarn, in the lead up to talking about like the Steam edition and stuff like that, because it's so crazy. It was a sock with 40, I think it was 40 notable kills plus like 4 extra kills. 43, 42, people are debating. It's something like that. Anyway, it's crazy. So we have to decide if we're going to go out and fight these folks immediately. First of all, are we fully, yeah, that's all 10. And over here, all 10. How's the equipment situation? We are pretty well equipped. I don't know how well trained we are, but we are pretty well equipped. Our range squad is missing some gear. Our melee squad have everything they want. Did you have no army? Oh, in the sock debacle? We did. We couldn't kill it. It was I think it may have been Putrid Slayer. They were really tough. And I don't know if we had much in the way of like really strong weapons or whatever, but yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. I made a post. I'll link to my Reddit post for those of you who want to be able to see the screenshot. I'm just trying to think like, what's the easiest way for me to get you this? So if I do this and then search for sock, there we go. This is a superior hemp sock. So if you click on that, you should get the picture. And yes, it is a superior quality hemp sock. It's made from hemp cloth. 40 notable kills. And then it lists everyone it killed. And then there was a handful of non-notable kills as well. It was a rotten one. Okay, maybe it was that. So, what do you guys think? Do we go out and fight these guys, or do we just seal ourselves in? Oh, maybe that's right. The army died killing a werepanda. That might have been it. We fought off a werepanda, lost a bunch of our army, and somewhere in all that, it triggered the undead guy aggroing, and we didn't have a skilled military anymore. That's right. I think we killed a lot of werepandas. Seal them inside with you? Wait, what? No. Anything but that. Hey, Snowly, thank you very much for that. Been a long time since I watched your stream. Missed it. Hope you're doing all right. Happy New Year. Hope to catch you live more this year. Well, thank you very much, Snowly. Happy you could be here, and I'm doing good. No guts, no glory. Split the difference. Well, what we could do, we could send the military out and then close the door. I think I want to fight them. I'm still bitter that we didn't get to fight last time, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab both squads here. I'm going to give them a move command to come out over here. Hopefully they're not too far into the camp, too busy training. No, we're assembling. Okay, there's a few more. I guess they hadn't all funneled onto the map, had they? Okay, how many do we fit on the screen here? 5, 10, 15. Say about 18 maybe we can see. What a good number. So it looks like 20, let's call it 20 regular undead plus 2 putrid slayers. Shit, I don't know. Yeah, maybe we fight from inside the walls. I mean, we've got a firing things and everything. Okay. Do we have in this game a burrow? We do. We go here. I'm going to assign all civilians, none of the soldiers. There we go. I'm going to enable this burrow. Yeah, let's get the soldiers to move indoors. Because we can always move out afterwards. But let's get the soldiers indoors. I guess some of them are completing their move. Okay, that's seems weird. Okay, we've got some critters outside, but hopefully this is sealed in. Well, if we can weaken them a little bit, pull the lever, Gronk. If we can weaken them a little bit with bow shots, then maybe we'll head out afterwards. Pull the lever. Pull the lever. There we go. Okay. So let's cancel the burrow command, or we'll put it on pause, so dwarves can go wherever the heck they want now. So we'll cancel the move command, but the bows, I'm going to tell them to move up onto this wall right over here, please. And try not to jump off to your deaths this time. Okay, here come the undead. We're going to get some combat messages soon. Yeah, we've got some critters outside who might get themselves in trouble. All right, here we go. Copper bolts flinging out, hitting some undead. Stray cats maybe getting hit a little bit from the zombies, but we'll see. Are bows better than crossbows in this game? Oh, is this a Baldur's Gate reference? Because it's Baldur's Gate. I mean, unless I'm wrong, but I'm never wrong. Bows are considerably better than crossbows, at least in Baldur's Gate 1. Baldur's Gate 2, I know archers in general fall off a bit, and I think crossbows might get a little bit better because there's better ones. I think in Baldur's Gate 2, short bows are actually the king of bows rather than long bows. I don't remember. All right. We are plucking away at them. Might be a good one for us to set some automations and things like that. And we're taking a break. I don't think we've downed any of these things yet. But we are damaging them. Mangled corpses. Well, hold on. Was that? No, that's a name. Is this new? Or is this from before? It might be from before. Can't breathe. Yeah, you're undead. How are you ever gonna breathe? Yeah, I know it's finding hard. This might just be like some combat emote or like craving a body part emote. Maybe they're just saying brains, but we don't have a brain icon. A petition. Oh, you want to stick around? Yeah, I bet you don't want to go outside right now. All right, we are peppering these guys with arrows. There's some like absolute pincushions. This one here, I'm wondering if they don't seem to be moving very much. Yeah, there you go. Can't breathe, can't see, can't stand. This corpse. Oh, there you go. I think they've been killed properly now. Ability grass loss. I wonder about that because these weapons were dropped down here. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Much popcorn. All right, I'm going to go and release the archers. I might have run low on arrows. Or someone's running around on here naked. Yeah, they're still taking some shots. The axeman hacks the hammer dwarf. Oh, lightly tapping. Oh, okay, my military is training. Good, okay. I was like, why are my axe dwarves fighting? But no, they're just sparring over here. Excellent. So yeah, we'll just give the bows a beat. They might need to grab some more ammos and stuff. What we could do is we could set up our defensive schedules. I haven't actually tried to set one of these up yet in the new version. Let's see what we can do. We can create a patrol order. So this is going to be top of wall is going to be the name of the patrol order. So we're going to add a point here, 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 and here. And then we have to do the thing where they like patrol downwards, I think, to break line of sight to grab ammo. At least they did before. There had to be something kind of like that so that they could break out of combat and be like, oh, I need new arrows. Let me go down to the stockpile and get some. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little command to come down here, which I should have done slightly differently. Hold on. There you go. Come down here, then come back up here and do that. Okay. Confirm. There you go. Now they have patrol at top of wall, but I kind of want to set up maybe a schedule for them to do this, because then I could set numbers. Although maybe we're okay. If I do this, because before when I was giving them the move to command, they were forced to. No, they might still be forced to do it. They will patrol around. Now, here you can see some of them aren't flush against the wall. And it's my understanding that dwarves that are kind of crappy at range shots might not actually be able to fire unless they're right next to the fortification. I think better archers might be able to do it from a tile away. One of the tricks is for us to build an inner wall here and just make a 1 tile wide walkway for them. And that will force them to walk flush to the wall. We may need to do something like that. We need arrow stockpile on the wall. I'm not sure. We could build a little stockpile over here for arrows, though. Maybe I should do that. I think I will. So we're going to make a little stockpile. Right there, just a tiny one. Oh. Like that, except it's going to be for ammo. For type, just bolts. I don't care about material or quality or anything like that, but for bolts. And then what I'm going to do is say, you're going to take from which the selected stockpile will take items. There we go. So you're going to take bolts that are in this stockpile, as well as this stockpile. There we go. So they'll constantly be brought up to the surface. I don't remember. There used to be maybe a thing where you didn't want them in bins. I don't know if that's still the case. Might be okay. But yeah, so there should get a couple of bins here with some bolts. They might not be able to all restock simultaneously because one dwarf might reserve a bin temporarily, but I think this should be okay. Well, we're getting plenty of combat, so that's still working. Wow, we have some very high quality bolts in here. Large sheep leather legging broke. We're actually destroying their armor. I think our ranged attackers are doing a fantastic job. And I'm happy I made the decision to seal the door and just do this. Much safer. Use statues for inner walls. Considered soft walls allow dodging through in case of F up, but will push archers against ramparts. Ooh, that's cool. Plus, it might lead to some, like, beauty. Okay, alert. Petition. Yeah, you can stick around here. And we still have the siege going on. Oh, I didn't realize when they came. So we are not getting a dwarven caravan this year. Because it's autumn. And therefore, no caravan for us. Because these guys have screwed that up. Oh, well. I guess that's fine. Bum, bum, bum. Ammo stockpile. Bin. I don't think there's anything in that bin yet. What about this one? Yes! Oh, bone bolts, mostly. I wonder if we're having trouble making wooden bolts. Stockpile. Feeder stockpile doesn't allow bins. Give it to main ammo stockpile. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Is someone sick? Human bowman corpse left hand. I don't know why that's there. That's a little freaky. This is notification sounds. So I have it set up as a custom thing, so we get alerts when there's combat. And yeah, it includes this little sound. Which, I mean, yeah, it's very popcorny. I get annoyed when they're sparring and I get those sounds. I haven't figured out how to filter that out yet. You have for wooden stock? That's a good question. I actually don't know how we are for logs. We have some, is the answer. Oh, if you're asking about bolts, we're making quite a few. We've got it set up, I believe, that we're making copper bolts. So we'll see. Okay, let's take a look. How's the invader account looking? There's still a shit ton of them. Actually... Wait. Is the necromancer here? Because I think they've been going around rezzing animals. Necro, raise your refuse pile. I never even saw it show up on the map. Is maybe the future slayers raising them? Maybe? I don't know. Okay, well, you know what? I was planning on setting up more military anyway, so we're gonna do that. Do we not have a captain of the guard? The things get moved around? We do not have a captain of the guard. Okay, well, let's assign someone to that. Porthos. You're a sword dwarf. Let's assign you to captain of the guard. Let's just verify. Yeah, I was gonna say we probably grabbed you from one of these things, so let's go and do that. If we see anyone with the sword icon, there you go. That is someone who joined us for soldiering purposes. They're an axeman. Now we'll just grab a dwarf here. This dwarf over here. We'll throw him the rough bows. Crimson Dyes, you're still fine. Okay, so we're going to create a new squad. This will be the captain of the guard squad. It's going to be metal armor. We'll go down, grab this human spearman, throw them in there. That's fine. And then random dwarfs. And again, I wish this was a little less annoying to do. I'm just scrolling down, click on random dwarves that don't have a specific job. This, you know, seems too important. Gelder. Soap maker. There we go. I think I may make another one at the same time. Assign leader. Not the chief medical dwarf. Eichmann. So this one might have some combat skills, Zublin. So we'll put them in charge of the safe bolts. I might rename you, because that to me sounds like a ranged troop. And mostly I want lots of melee, because it's more fun. Cleaner, brusher, wax worker. See, these don't sound like important skills. And a peasant. All right, there we go. Now, we are going to need to equip... Oh, drums, man. Okay, let me cancel these guys so they can take a little break. Get themselves some food and water. We're going to need to get some new weapons and things like that. I didn't realize Legendary was so close. It feels like we just had one. I probably won't be able to enter this one either. I do want to get back into them, but I don't think this one's going to be the one. So let's go ahead and set up some work orders. So we want steel. Did we have silver going on here? Are we making silver warhammers? I don't know, but we need steel. No. Chain. What do you call it? Mail shirt. There you go. Steel mail shirt. Steel greaves. Steel helm. Steel gauntlets. Steel high boot. And ooh, I think I just added the ballista boats. Do that a lot. Steel shield. Go down to the bottom here. Yeah. Cancel you.
Hey, Quill, pay attention.
We're going to set these to 20 each. Oh. Wrong one. Hang on. We got a new subscriber? Playing for Peanuts. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you joined the Discord. You can read all my exploits and my personal fun games of Victoria and things. All right, get those set up. And yeah, I do have a repeating job here to try to keep one around. But yeah, we're going to make some bulk jobs. It looks like we're doing battle axes. Do we have silver in this base? We have lots of silver bars. Silver bars. Silver bars. So we're going to make silver warhammers. So the best weapon that you can create for your dwarves, ignoring things made out of candy, are either steel battle axes or silver warhammers. Silver is a really good blunt material. It's extremely heavy, extremely dense, so it makes good smashing. Very bad sharp edge thing because it doesn't hold an edge. Where steel is very good for bladed things. We'll get some silver warhammers. That seems okay. All right. First time chat. Seafaring Scallywag says, I just destroyed my colony of 45 by digging into an underground river on one of my top levels. Love this game. Yeah, flooding your fortress is definitely a rite of passage. So I won't put these two new squads in staggered training yet. Since they don't even have equipment yet. We can just wait, but at least, you know, we're in the process of getting some things ready. They'll start to get themselves equipped. I think we have a temple here. It's not very decorated. It'd be nice to do that. Oh, let's get these bedrooms going on. Hopefully I've in-queued a bunch of stuff. Quill, haven't seen you since last year. Here's another year of dwarfing. Thanks, Rudvin. Doors. Keep after placement. Use closest material is fine. Clickety, 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 clickety. There's still issues with the keyboard cursor resetting after placement for some of these. So unfortunately, I can't macro the furniture placement, which is a little bit annoying. It's good that we can macro the digging, but yeah, not the furniture placement. I don't think that like macros were considered a primary feature, especially since they're not really usable unless you turn on an optional UI bouton. So like it's fine. They'll get to it at some point. I guess we can unpause. I'm so used to pausing while I'm doing something. It's like, well, what if something happens? Well, then deal with it, Quill. Come on. Okay, I'm out of beds. I can zone some bedrooms here immediately. Multi-mode, thank you. That done. Guess I could have done the other side at the same time. Done. Okay. The silver help against undead? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything like that. Human maceman scratching the emu. All right, I'm gonna send the rough bows back to the top of the wall. You're not a pro at StarCraft 2 APMs and pausing like the rest of us more dwarves when we find them. Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's my instinct is to pause because when you're in the previous versions of Dwarf Fortress, while you were designating or placing down objects, things were pausing automatically. Echidna skeleton scratches the human crossbowman in the upper body. Why is there a human crossbow over here? Experiencing mortal fear. Maybe they're coming by to visit? I didn't think they did that while there was a siege. I don't know. I'm assuming I still have some like bed jobs and things in queued from before. I still wish there was a little search thing over here so I could quickly just filter this list down and see if I have things in the queue or not. A bunch of doors. There's beds, yeah. Okay, so that's still going on. Thrill seekers. Visitors decide to come at a bad time. Yeah, especially if they join the forces of the undead afterwards. At least these guys are all being peppered with things. This is a rhesus macaque left front leg. Or macaque. Yeah, so, I mean, it's got the full art of the creature, but it's literally just the animated undead leg of a monkey. Weird things happen when you've got undead. Now, we had figured out on the map, center on fort. Is us here? No, that's a human tower. That's key sockets. Was it this over here? Dwarven Tower of Parched Fingers? War? Yeah, I think this here. This is the undead zombie hall, which has a lot of artifacts too. We're going to try to raid this once we've got our new squad set up. Monkey paw, make a wish. Is this the last leg? Oh, man. Human axeman corpse hacks a human beast hunter in the head. It does sound like dice rolling. Someone said something like that. They're rolling to hit over here and mostly failing. Is this like... Is this a combat that can't end for some reason? Well, one of these is an actual human. Yeah, the human beast hunter. Right here. So you will die eventually. Exhausted, ability to stand lost, ability to grab someone. I think they're just... So this human is downed. There you go, finally died. They were just having a really hard time actually killing it. If you're seeing animated body parts, you definitely have Necromancer on the map. Remember, Necromancers are ambushers and invisible. Oh! The Necromancer might be invisible. Right. I hadn't considered that. I didn't realize that with Siegers, some things would have the ambusher trait thing where they don't show up. So yeah, there is a Necromancer constantly animating new shit on the map. Awesome. Wonderful. So good. It's entirely what I want. So what we can do is we can make a schedule here for the rough bows. So add edit routine. Add new routine. Called wall defense. Done. Edit. There you go, which is to go to the top of the wall. I'm gonna say at least 5, like half. Half stick on top of the wall. Sleep room at will, equip always, yeah. So now if I tell the rough bows, so they have no special orders, but if I do this, there you go. Now they'll do wall defense, but they will, if they get tired or thirsty or hungry, they will leave this and do other things. So I think that's going to be okay. Does the Necro run out of body parts to animate before Quill runs out of quills? So we're just going to have to live with that sound for a little while. For good or for ill. Making coke from lignite. Forging steel greaves. Nice. Well, I was going to dig deeply and greedily, but right now we're going to have to wait on that a little bit more. Okay, so someone asked earlier, that may have been the name that I noticed and then forgotten since then. Someone asked about like how to survive when you pop open a cavern. So one of the things you can do is just seal yourself in, which is what we did here. We just walled off. Technically, there's some exposed roofing over here, so things could maybe climb over or fly in or something like that. But very few things will be, Crundles and things like that will be wandering inside of our fortress because we have it walled off. The other thing you can do, and I like doing this quite a bit, is I like to set up a barracks. On here, I haven't done it in this run because I've got us walled off, but if it was more open, I'd set up a barracks over here and have a training regimen so that there would constantly be some military dwarves training, and so they would catch random stray, fall, that's where it was. They catch random crundles and things like that wander through this area. And then they get more training because they get to do combat. And not only do they train their combat skills, but then they also get exposed to more dead bodies, which helps to desensitize them in the long term, which is actually quite good. Boo, 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 boo. We got a new sub. Thank you for refreshing Streamlabs. Gem Dragon, hey, thank you very much for the sub. And yeah, Prime, hitting that Prime button. Thank you. Garian with the 9-month resub. Twitch baby. Borber at 71 months has come in as well. Ionzir Vortirian gifted a sub to Yosel Palder. That's so nice. Thank you very much. I have a dwarf stuck outside the wall. I don't know if I have a dwarf. Do I have a dwarf stuck out here? I would assume if I had a dwarf stuck outside the wall, they'd be dead by now. There's lots of things that look like dwarves. Oh, in the cavern? Do I? How did you see that? Well, they're gonna starve to death at some point, I guess. Northeast. Cavern outside. What? Shit, I still don't see them. I see a mushroom right there. Saw him running around. Climb up the shrooms. Oh, man. Well. Sucks to be them. Oh, well. If you're too dumb and get yourself locked out, or decide to, like, climb over a wall or some shit. Running back and forth mushrooms next to the wall. Is there even any room here to, like, do anything? Too dumb to live. We do have some pissed off dwarves. Actually, that number's gone up a bit, probably because of exposure to, like, combat and things. Or maybe someone's pets. Someone's pets may have died out here. So again, the human beast hunter. Oh, wait, that's probably the old thing. Okay, no, this is just sparring. Combat spam. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and turn on staggered training for these other two groups. They don't actually need their arms and armor before they start doing that. They can practice their dodging and various things. I mean, if they're practicing, oh, and I guess they need to be assigned to a barracks here. There we go. I can't remember what I was going to say about the equipment. Yeah, some dwarves actually are quite interested in combat and some aren't. Need some more praying going on. I don't know. But some sort of funnel them in one at a time, mailing them. Not as precisely as you could in RimWorld. You can do things like that. We can also do some funky things with traps. Which does remind me, after this is done, I had meant to put out a bunch of like cage traps and stuff out here. I'll try to remember to do that. Barracks need to have beds and armor stands and weapon racks, so I've been putting too much work into them. You can. Here's the thing. You can do barracks with a variety of different things. Like this barracks over here, we can say whether dwarves are allowed to sleep here, whether they can store their equipment here, for example. So yeah, beds and storage and things. You can absolutely 100% do that. Here, I'm just setting up a little training field for them. They wander out here, they do that, then they're going to go back to their bedrooms. So it depends on what you're trying to achieve and accomplish and, you know, add personality. Oh yeah, the personality window, yeah. I mean, so this was always available in classic Dwarf Fortress. It's subdivided into sub-tabs here, which is kind of nice. Also, this need display is actually quite handy. A lot of the breakdown here, and then here you get a shorter version for some of these things. This breakdown, this is to me is like my favorite thing of this new release, the version 50 here, the so-called Steam release. Although the free version has been updated to have this UI as well now. This is great. This is like the biggest change from the old system. Makes it a lot easier for you to understand what's going on with an individual dwarf. Disarming them is going to be a chore, but I'm sure Quill will shoulder the burden. But are we talking about disarming the undead? Let's see. Furniture, bed. Oh, I might be out of logs now. Because I do still have the bed job in here, but yeah, there may not be enough logs. Let me cancel. Actually, let me cancel all these alerts. Yeah, we don't have any logs anymore. Now, we could get them in the cavern. That's one of the things, right? We're sealed up over here, so you can't chop wood over on the surface anymore. But we could get logs in the cavern. I could also get them. You can see how on my farming layer here, I'm getting like shrooms. I believe if this was 2 Z levels tall, then I think we could even get trees that start growing in here. Now, I could open this up and start whacking at things. We could definitely consider that. I'm actually wondering about... God, this is actually an awkward cavern. Oh, man! Constable Nicolars, thank you very much! Sorry, like, what is that sound? That is the sound of 10,000 bits from Constable Nicolars. Thank you very much. Happy New Year! Quill, look forward to another year of content and laughs. Thank you very much! You're awake now? Yes, so am I. Wow. All right, let's dig down. Let's dig down a few of the levels here. But yeah, I'm wondering about digging out to here with a drawbridge, keeping this upper level sealed off, but like digging down to, yeah, something like that with a drawbridge, and then, you know, letting it be so that our dwarves can get in and out. And again, we could put a little barracks in here. I don't know. It's not like we need to like rush to get trees. Yeah, I'm happy I sealed this in. How's your equipment, new squads? Some, actually. Okay, we may get out there in a certain while, but we'll see. We'll see. Dun, dun, dun. All right, do you mean these notifications? Yeah, the thing is, we were missing tons without these. It was really important to be able to take note of combat. It was real bad. I do need I'm hoping the alert system gets a pass, like a pass through by the devs, because it is currently in a less than ideal state compared to the old classic version in terms of getting notifications for various things. Mm-hmm. Start a second arch patrol? That might be the case. I'm not convinced that needs to happen, though. I'm going to keep the patrol active so that we can keep plunking away at these guys and honestly train up the archers, if nothing else. I don't think we're making much of a dent in the number of invaders out here with just our archery efforts, unfortunately. Yeah, that really does suck. Dwarves aren't able to go outside. Yeah, we're sealed in. I've got my drawbridge pulled up so that we can't go outside because it's full of zombies. So we have dug down to here. Let me do a little exploratory side tunnel here for the purpose of... you know, maybe finding minerals, but also maybe discovering a new cavern layer. Because we have found what we presume... Oh, hang on. Or are you still digging? Did I misinterpret what was going on? I think that probably is the case, actually. I'll do that and I'll dig a little further. Okay, I thought it had already been dug out, but... Because I didn't see the numbers, but I guess the numbers only show up in your designation mode. I'm actually quite surprised no one's gotten around to digging this out then. Our miners are all part of the military crew. We only have 3 people set as miners. Now, admittedly, 2 of them are freaking legendary. I still wish there was a magnifying glass or whatever here so I could actually see, like, what is Henzo doing right now? Instead of having to go this way, which is a little annoying. Oh, you are patrolling top of the wall. Okay. Henzo, I'm going to take you out of the rough bows. Who's our other legendary miner? Fletcher Reed. who's also patrolling top of the wall. Wait, where are you in here? Oh, there you are. Yeah, I'm going to take you out of there as well. Bam. Okay. There we go. Jack Blade asks, when someone's removed from a squad, do they remove their gear? So I know they're going to drop their weapon because they're going to be picking up an axe. I don't know if they'll take off the armor. They may not. Kidna being eaten by an undead rhesus monkey. And, okay. So that's just, training messages. There we go. Some digging is happening now. Or will happen once they get down here. That's good. Now, what I could do, I could lower that a bit. It's probably these sound effects here. If that's too loud, that might be part of the issue for you guys. We don't need it to be loud. Just need it to be slightly there as a reminder that combat is actively occurring. Tetrahedrite, if we did want more copper. Actually, I'm kind of inclined to carve that out because we're using that for booze. Auto. There you go. Diggy diggy diggy. Diggy diggy diggy. Diggy diggy hole. Marble. Marble's a flux stone, isn't it? I think so. Here, let me do a little diggy around here, just to say. And you get down there, what was this? Minus 19. Oh. And... No, don't start there, because you'll override the stairs. Start here, thank you. Lamb. Okay. Marble is, yeah, that's what I thought. I'm supposed to be dwarves and... Yeah, so, no, I still... Oh, there he is! There he is! I hadn't spotted him yet! Errol Ulagbuk. He's a poet! Kind of looks like he's naked. He is a naked poet, except for the fact that apparently he's been stepping in beer, and he's wandering around in the caverns. Visitor is ready to leave. He's stuck in this tree. How'd you even get there? It's surrounded by water. Look at this. Water. I guess he probably walked here, across here, onto the branch of the tree. You know what? Screw this guy. Wait. Is he in midair? Maybe he's climbing and he's attached to the side. Maybe he's hanging on to this? And then jumped across? I'm starting to think that this is a flying dwarf now. What's his climbing skill? He's a dabbling climber. He's a legendary poet. It's Dwarf Jesus over here is what it is. He's, yeah, walking on water or something. I don't know. Walking on air. He's here. He's let go his earthly bonds and entered the void. Any Korra fans out in chat? Is he a vampire? Yeah, I don't know. Earthly Tether, thank you. Couldn't remember Soul of Silver. Mm-hmm. Do you climb yours? You know I dabble. Is that a quote from something? Turn off marble for non-economic use. That's a great question. Excite. Okay, pause.
It's whiskey and chocolate.
Let's verify that. So I think that's under labor, stone use. I think I did. Yeah. Because I think it defaults to using flexstone for not like these non-economic jobs. And I think it doesn't show up in here until you find some, but yeah, it's turned off, so it won't be used for that. Okay. First of all, was it an alert for the cavern lair? Well, I mean, all right. And we got some whiskey and chocolate that I got to check. Well, maybe it was in one of those and I hadn't quite spotted. Hey, no one, thanks again. Could be worse. I once had a dwarf stuck in a tree that got in a fey mood. Frame rate was about 3 frames per second. He had to chop the tree down from under him. Oof. Yeah, that's bad. Oh, it was the mining pick alert. Okay. But if we go and take this button, which is very handy. I don't think that... Is this the one? Oh yeah, it is. Right here. Awesome! Okay, so presumably this is Cavern Layer 2. Do this. That. Yeah, actually cancel this because it might hit other Cavern Layer stuff. We want to control. Okay, so what we want to do right over here is we want to build a wall. Build, construct, wall, select material, clicky clicky. And actually, yeah, you just use orthoclaves. We don't have to bring a block down here. That's going to be fine. Okay. Let's zoom out a little. So minus 19. Stairs. I don't know how we're going to descend to this, actually. Water down there. Yeah, maybe. Well, it's flat layer over here. Okay, it seems to me what I could do, mine stairs. Something like this. That should leave us in the middle of this pillar. And then what we can do is we can pop out of this area. Yeah, the bluish area, it's multiple levels that we're spotting. It's a little more obvious on the surface. If I pull up here, you can see it turns sort of bluish. So there's a mod called multi-level or multi-view. Can't remember what it's called. It's part of DF Hack. That gave you that multi-level view in Classic, but now that's got built into the game here. That cavern level 2 or 3. Don't see lava, so it must be lower. Yeah, I agree. So Cavern Layer 3 would have the Magma Sea in it. And I don't feel like we are seeing a sea. So presumably this is Cavern Layer 2. Which shoots me just fine. Make a little hotkey over here. On F7. And yeah, presumably this is Cavern 2. Okay. Cavern 1, Cavern 2. Awesome. There might be other ways to tell. Boom, 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 boom. Now, sometimes you can have tunnels that go from one cavern layer to another. So even though they're generated separately, they can end up being linked. I can't remember, there's a term for them. For these sort of tunnel formations. Natural sort of hallways. Sometimes it can be a little scary because they can catch you off guard. Can you tell what cavern is by its color? I mean, that is entirely possible. But A, I don't know this this tile set yet. And secondly, it might vary. The caverns might have different colors for all kinds of different reasons. Voltgolf, thanks for the bits. Thanks to Dwarf Fortress YouTube tutorial. Helped me so much starting my fortress. Nice. I always feel like for me, rather than explicit tutorials, I like just beginner-friendly Let's Play style content. To me, that always works the best for me. And I also happen to like doing them, so it's a good fit. We hope. All right, late autumn. So we've gone through most of a month. I assume the siege started at the start of October, or the start of autumn, but maybe that's not the case. But we've gone through most of the season here. Size map you play? I think for this game here, I left everything to default. And I think I went with a 4x4 embark area, although maybe this is only 3x3. I'm not sure. DB Explorer, thanks for the gift subs. How's your food and drink? What's my drink job? Blue drink from plant. 200, which is where we are. I think I'm going to increase this target number to 300 now. Okay. And then that's soap maker. Which one's the brewery? What I'm going to do, rather than set up as the workshop task, I'm going to say brew drink from plant and put a repeat. If ever it runs out of, or sorry, brew drink from fruit. If ever it runs out of fruit, then this will just cancel and that's going to be okay. I think we're going to burn through a round of that and I'm going to be fine with it. But yeah, overall we're fine. Our food nutrition seems okay. Lots of zombies still wandering around outside. Now they will leave after a year, although they might leave like various risen undead behind. 200 isn't even 2 for every dwarf. Yeah, but they only drink...
It's whiskey.
Is it 4 drinks per season and 2 meals per season? I'm not... Thank you! Holy cow! Manascata? Sorry if I'm not parsing this very well. Thank you very much! 200 euros! Jeez! Happy New Year! Thanks for all the entertainment in 2022. And looking forward to the next year. Well, thank you very much. I mean, trying to work real hard for 2023. I want to make 2023 a lot better content-wise than 2022. But the last couple of years have been, like, hard on the brains, right? No one's been feeling very good the last few years. Last 3 years? 2020, 21, 22. Yeah, kind of. Okay, this is fine. But yeah. I'm working real hard. Thank you very much for that. It might be 1 meal, 2 drinks. I think you might be right, Dravis. I think I doubled it. I think you're right. It's 1 meal per season, 2 drinks per season. So we got lots over here. We got enough booze to supply all of our pops with their drinks for the full seasons. All right, so Cog Zasitaval has been possessed. First of all, that makes you notable. Was it Zaz? That's not alphabetical. No, I'm wrong. Cog. Cog has been possessed. So I'm going to go into my Twitch dashboard, manage rewards, name in game, Lopayak. Oh, I don't think I can paste here. So Lopayak. Welcome to the fortress. What are your skills? You're going to make us a random woodcraft or a random craft of some kind. I mean, you have a need to craft an object, so congratulations are going to be satisfied. 20 years old, a spouse, and 2 lovers. All at the same time? Does that include your spouse? I don't know. All right, I'm sure he's going to claim a Craft Dwarf Workshop. Yep. He's not moving. He doesn't have something. Cloth thread, bones, bars of metal. Now, I think when they say cloth thread, they actually just want cloth. I don't think they want thread. I think they want cloth. Which I would have thought we had, because don't we have a pigtail process? Oh, shit. Spouse, 2 lovers, seeks harmony. It could be the bones. Now, one of these is first in the list. And it's going to block on everything else. It's not going to grab anything until it's got it in order. Now, we definitely have metal bars, so it's not that. So presumably it's either stuck on the cloth or the bones, and then everything else will go. Looks to me... Well, we have skeleton. I don't know if skeleton counts as bone. That might be the problem. We could just butcher something. We have lots of cloth, although it is silk cloth, wool cloth, wool cloth, wool cloth, pigtail cloth. Okay, we've got that. It must be the bone. And it must be the problem that these skeletons don't count. So what we'll do is we'll just butcher an animal. Here, let's butcher a water buffalo. think that'll probably work. Make sure it's a pet for real fun. Dead bird. Crow remains. Is no one butchering that? I mean, I shouldn't have to, like... This should auto-fail, shouldn't it? I don't know, maybe for some reason... There we go, it failed now. Because when a dwarf hunts something, it automatically brings it over here. There you go. Okay. The dwarf's out, probably going and picking up some bone. Bone? Bone? Sorry, I don't do a very good Holt impression. God, he's funny, though. Best part of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Rosa? Good Charles episodes are really good. Bone? That's probably the best. Alright, so Lopiok's off somewhere. Oh my god. Scully and Hitchcock. How do you pick a favorite in that show? Not Gina. Alright. There you go. And he's going off and getting something else. What has he gotten? He got some stray water buffalo bone. Excellent. He might be getting some more bone. Sometimes you get more than one in a row and it's not obvious, but probably got himself some cloth. Oh, bars. Oh yeah, I guess it was bones, bars, then cloth. So now he's going to get his cloth. There you are. You got a mysterious construction. So Lopiok is going to use some stray water buffalo bone, a copper bar, and pigtail cloth to construct probably an earring. Cheddar's best character in 99. What's Holt's husband? Kevin, right? I love them. Wonderful. Doug Judy. Pretty funny. No, Kaivaluga. It's spelled Nicolage. Not Nicolage, it's Nicolage. See the difference? Some people are like, what the fuck is going on here? What the hell? Get back to playing video games. It's your one job, Quill. No, it's Nicolage. I understand everything you said. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a very valuable artifact. And I think possessed does not give skill. If the guy with a good microphone thinks he's running a talk show. Well, the funny thing is I've had this microphone for a little bit, but the calibration never got set up properly. Yeah, Fae gives skills, but I don't think it was... I think it was just... or it's possessed of the Fae mood. Possessed by unknown forces. We'll see. I can never remember. There's like 4 or 5 different... I think 4. Maybe 5? I know 2 of them are bad. Or 2 of them happen when the dwarves are in a bad mood. One of them involves literally going out, murdering another dwarf, and then crafting something out of his flesh. 5 is right out. Lopiok! Listen, I don't know why I can't parse it. It's like very simple. It's literally just consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant. Anyway, Woodburner has created Thunenzadak, a water... Where's I could read that one? A water buffalo bone hatch cover. He offers it to the familiar paints. Let's take a look at this new artifact. Apparently its name means Life Clan. Good name. Good name. Rename it Nicolage. It's worth 2,000 dwarf bucks. This is a water Oh, there's a lot of text here, though. It's really Steph. Hey, thanks for the sub. This is a water buffalo bone hatch cover. A hatch cover! All craft dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is encircled with bands of copper. This object menaces with spikes of water buffalo bone. On the item is an image of Eton Bolted Lash, the dwarf, and dwarves in pigtail. Eton Bolted Lash is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Eton Bolted Lash to the position of Queen of the Confused Spears in the year 1. Confused Spears are civilizations. So I guess this is our first ruler. So Thunenzadak, which is a hatch cover. Let's put you on display. In here. Sign. Blam. Okay. Someone's going to put it on display. Artifact couch cover. Now we need a hatch cover. And artifacts are like particularly semi-indestructible or something. They can do some funky things. But we'll put it for display. How are the squads coming with their armaments? Real good. So we still have 4 dwarves who are as of yet unarmed, but otherwise pretty good. So yeah, they're pedestals. We have some mudstone pedestals over here. There you go. Look at that hatch cover. Whoa. Hang on. So shiny. Are people mostly naked? Literally naked. Literally naked. Now these are our visitors. Maybe they can't claim clothing. That's probably the case. They've probably just been here so long that all their clothing is disintegrated. But you know, it's one hell of a wild party over here in the tavern. That's all I can say. Clothing optional. Clothing undesirable. Oh, missed this. What did we miss? Oh, yeah. How are we doing? Strip poker. Maybe that's what's going on in there. You know, we should get more tables and chairs. We had enough dwarves. We built this very early on. Blam, 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 blam. Blam, blam. Oh, we can't encroach on the dance floor too much, though. It needs a clear 5x5 area. 5x5. Is this a reference to Faith from Buffy? Is it a reference to the pilot from Aliens? Is it just regular radio jargon? 5x5 means loud and clear. Scale of 1 to 5 from volume. Scale of 1 to 5 for clarity. 5x5. The tavern running a half-off deal if you're topless? Maybe. You can co-op visitors into your workforce by disabling their location assignment. Really? Well, that's funny. There you go. A little bit more seating. Oh, let's check out our noble situation here. So, first of all, okay, we're not... Guys, we are not allowed to export any ballista arrows. So we have to keep that in mind. We don't produce any. Actually, it probably means at some point 4-star Flood's probably going to demand it. No arrests. Okay, so we haven't missed a demand, which is good. Your quarters still need to be improviated, and you still don't have a tomb set up. Do we have any statues? No. Let's order up some silver statues. That sounds pretty good. Boom. So that's going to queue up 10. That'll be all right. Oh. I mean, this is not affecting the bedroom, but you are missing some chairs over here. So, chairs closest. Blam, blam, blam. Okay. Get some pedestals set up in here. Although we're not displaying any artifacts in there right now. I guess that's what I could do, is I could put pedestals up in the bedroom and use that. Consider it. Now, not this floor over here. So we have a tomb. We need a burial thing. Let's see. Do we have one with some amount of quality? There you go. This is our best quality. Well, either one of these. So put that in there. Then we can go tomb, blam, done. And assign this to 4-star Blood, the Baron. He's got one. Doesn't consider it to be very fancy yet. Servant's Burial Chamber needs tomb. I think that's been smooth. We will go and throw in some engraving. Although there's a chance some of this is going to be engraved from the outside, which is annoying and whatever. At least it'll partially be done. And then we could also put some statues in there too if we need some more fanciness. Yeah, popcorn is going... But yeah, it's going to be a lot of combat outside the walls. Or it's going to be training. And every now and again, we might be patrolling the top of the walls here as well. And flinging some arrows and stuff. Which is mostly going to be good for training purposes rather than anything else. That's weird that you're blank. Needs log, no water source. Well, that'll be another thing. Oh, we need bags. Do I have a job for making cloth bags? I think the answer might be no. Well, I should definitely have that. Cloth bag. We should do knockoff designer handbags. I'll only queue up one per day. We don't need to make them very fast. But yeah, if we have fewer than 10, then just queue up a job to make a cloth bag. Keep a steady supply. Ugly bags of mostly water. I wish I could remember what the title of that TNG episode was. I'm gonna guess season 3. But other than that, I have no idea. Time sally forth and break the siege. Oh, home soil, season 2. Wow, you had that fast. I don't think so. I think there's still a lot of scary things out there. We could consider, I mean, our other 2 squads are nearly filled out. Maybe soon. Oh, well, actually, these shops are still, we must have had a lot of random gear kicking around, maybe from trade deals or something. So our new squads are equipped with stuff that's not really things we've built necessarily. Okay, we've dug down to here. Let's pop this open. What could possibly go wrong? And we'll put a bunch of cage traps down here. Oh, no, you looked it up. Rusty. Season 1, episode 18. Oh, wow. Season 1. I mean, I guess it was sort of in the awkward stages still. Data was like, well, Captain, from a certain perspective, you know, humans are 70% water or whatever. Those are the awkward Data stages, so I guess season 1 kind of fits. I don't know. Cages. Cage trap. Oh, wait, hold on. No, my bad. Traps is what I want. Traps. Cage traps. Just put a bunch in here. So, dwarves can walk through this and stuff just fine. But the idea is hopefully this will catch random crundles and things. But having done that, we can now, because we have a big shortage of wood, we can chop down some of these, some of this fungus here. I think you want to cut it from the base. Maybe it doesn't make a difference. But there you go. Put in some jobs here so we can get our beds going on. We can do some vein mining. Dwarves will also come down here and collect webs that might be around. Definitely one of my favorite episodes. I think if that is season 1, that is definitely a standout from season 1. Season 1 was rough. I mean, season 1 of a lot of shows is rough. TNG season 1, yeah, it's kind of miraculous they survived. From what I've heard, Patrick Stewart didn't believe it was going to survive, and he just lived out of his trailer the entire year. I think he only got himself a place in LA or whatever. Like was starting season 2. We don't talk about, I can't remember if the TNG one is called Naked Now or Naked Time. Unless I'm wrong. Though one of those is the TOS and one of those is TNG. And I always thought, like, here you go, you're trying to make this new Trek series. And obviously there's going to be homages and references to the old one. But you still want to, you want to stand on your own. So what are we going to do 3 episodes in? We're literally just going to do a repeat of an original series episode. But do it worse and more awkward. Naked Now. Okay. Was the TOS one Naked Time? TOS Naked Time. There you go. TNG Naked Now. There was a time I could identify any TNG episode within the first, 5 seconds of video. Even when it was just, an exterior, ship approaching a planet shot. I'd be like, I know what this episode is. But it's been a long time since I've watched any TNG. I've done more recent rewatches of DS9, even Enterprise. But... oh, I guess I mined out more of this, so these cage traps may or may not be as effective as they could be, but we'll see. Data gets laid. Let's go. Yeah. Alright, so lots of activity over here. Ooh, yeah. Lots of crawling around down here. I mean, I guess they might be picking up these logs. We can also get them to pick these mushrooms and various things like that if we had a need for more, vegetables. But we should be okay. Alright. I'm going to keep that one farm layer kind of protected and closed in. And there are the super cringy episodes in later seasons, like Scottish porn ghost lamp. I don't remember that one. The one where Deanna Troi gets randomly impregnated is a little bit disturbing. You need more wheelbarrows? It's possible? That's a good question. So, I have wheelbarrows assigned. No, never mind, I don't have wheelbarrows assigned to this one. Oh, right, because this is not actually meant to hold stone. Neither is this one, which means, again, this stockpile here, stockpile 6, should theoretically really probably have no wheelbarrows assigned. The only stone we've got is over here. Yeah, I'm not worried about the wheelbarrows. Crusher's love affair with Scottish Ghost. Yeah, I only have a vaguest memory of that one. Clearly didn't make a very good impact. Ooh, masterpiece copper bolts. Nice. One of my statues are getting made. Nope. I mean, it could be that we're out of silver from after making all the weapons. No, they're not getting around to this either. Forged silver warhammer. Hang on, are we out of coke? Oh, damn it. I accidentally right-clicked there because random finger twitches. And of course, there's no way for us to re-access the log in this version here. I know we're out of logs. It's possible that we ran out of coke and then we didn't have any logs to bootstrap the coal industry again. Is Pepsi okay? I guess I could check if I... Hey, Quill, well, these jobs are here. It must... No, they must be okay. And we had silver bars. Oh, just... Not that I need to do this. I'm going to set a little bit of some auto repeat jobs over here. We still have it protected through the work order system. We're going to throw these couple of these in here anyway. Did I have native silver ore? Galena, native silver. There we go. Let's make sure we got a little bit of that material. What was that? 2 of 1. Hey, thanks for the sub. Yeah, well, digging deeply, we can hit the magma and set up some smelters, and that would be kind of nice. Makes work go a lot better. Maybe I'll dig out... You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to dig out a larger area back here. And we'll set up some... We'll expand these storages, which is our rocks that we're using to smelt. Like we've got the coal section and then this. And then we'll get some wheelbarrows assigned to these bad boys. That seems like an okay idea. And save the ship from an addicting VR game in one episode. Man, yeah, Trek really did Wesley bad. They did him so dirty.
Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's
although the VR addiction really, when you think about it in terms of like, you know, people being on the phones and everything these days, it's not so far off, maybe. Orumsty, thank you very much. People are remembering that Prime sub button. Thank you. Create a great meme with Wesley. That's true. Shut up, Wesley. I mean, Will Wheaton still gets that referenced all the time, much to his chagrin. That episode with Prescient, yeah. Will Wheaton. And again, First Duty was the best Trek episode ever. That's the one where he's like, the cadet cover-up, right? From the shuttle crash? Don't people universally hate that episode? Maybe I'm wrong. You've got the new DF programmer in chat. Wait. Okay, someone said they were compiling Dwarf Fortress. And I was like, I saw it in the chat, but I was like, kind of confused. I'm like, it's not open source. No one's got that. Are you you're the person who was modding it and are now on the crew? That's awesome. I'm very excited about that. Only good things coming for Dwarf Fortress, man. Only good things coming. I'm so happy for the bros. I'm so happy for the game. I'm so happy for the gamers. You know, I think this has all worked out so well. All right, let's make some modifications here to the stockpile. So if we embiggen this guy, repaint, embiggen you, and let's embiggen this one as well. Like so. And, okay, yeah, see, you had a wheelbarrow signed here. And there you go, max 1. And yeah, I'll keep 1 wheelbarrow. I don't know if I should make more. I feel like I had some extras. And there's none assigned here at all. At the very least, I freed 1 up from this thing. Well, let me check. I don't think... Yeah, I don't allow stone. So I don't think we need any wheelbarrows for this. I mean, various things could be heavy, but mostly I always think of wheelbarrows for hauling my stone around. So, oh, there was a dwarf just using a wheelbarrow there. So yeah, wheelbarrow here. This is our stone, but it's only, yeah, for coal and lignite. And this one here is stone, but it's only for metal-bearing ores. So they're all set up next to our furnaces over here, so should make life a lot easier for our smiths. Piece of the action is so lousy, I'd watch it again and again. 1920s gangster episode. Is that the one where they, like, then use the holographic weapons to shoot the Borg? No, maybe not. Maybe that was a later one. So yeah. So I'm hoping one of the things on the list, since we've got the ear maybe of a DF programmer here, is a redo of the alert system here. Make it a little easier to get the alerts we want, not get the alerts we don't want. Because I had to go and manually tweak the alert system because I'm incompetent at spotting things. Shit would go on all the time and I wouldn't notice. So I had to put this back in. But now we get more alerts than we want.
Pay attention, there's a new subscriber.
Mm-hmm. Did you just ask? Oh, was the gangster one the original series one you're referencing? Oh, okay, no. Yeah, I was confused. No, I was definitely talking about a TNG one. But at one point on there's a TNG episode where the Borg get on the Enterprise, and they hide in the holodeck, and of course they disable the safety features and use a holographic Tommy gun to kill some Borg. Which, sure, fine, whatever. Oh, piece of the action is Spock and Kirk with Thompson machine gun. Okay. First Contact movie. Was it the movie? Okay. I mean, all the Trek stuff just really mushes together at a certain point. Maybe that's why I like DS9 so much. Not that it's necessarily better, although I think it's fantastic. Maybe it's the fact that it just stands out a lot more. It's noise radioactivity. Yes, our alert system really does sound like a Geiger counter. Do we have more humans visiting? I'm really surprised that being under siege doesn't stop visitors. I think I'd always thought it did, but maybe not. Maybe I would just always imagine it, because I know it stops caravans, but I guess random wandering visitors aren't smart enough to avoid sieges. Mm-hmm. Not ashamed to say I became a bit of a TNG expert. Yeah, we were really fast. Oh, thanks, AGHG. Yeah. It's just been so long since I've watched TNG. So I wonder if any beds got made down out of the fungus wood. Yes. There we go. Okay, let me finish designating these bedrooms over here. And oh yeah, so programmer person. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, which is a damn shame, because you've done some wonderful work already, and I'm sure you're gonna do more. So let me not complain, but point out what I assume is a bug with the macro and cursor system. So if I were to do some mining, right? It's very easy for me with the keyboard cursor enabled to like record a macro like I often do, you know, to do something like this and then repeat it. I mean, I'm not recording, but that's fine. I could have recorded that, then move the cursor over here, stop, and then replay it. However, I believe when placing furniture, things are not so great, because if I want to set down a bunch of coffers right now, assuming I've got some, right? If I go to chest, and I go over here and I click, it resets my cursor position. Which even, whether I'm macroing or not, like even without using macro, normally I go enter, down, 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 enter, down, 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 enter, down, down, down. But here I can't because every time I hit enter, it resets my cursor to this position that was chosen for whatever reason. And that makes it inconvenient just as is, and of course makes it impossible to set up a macro, which is somewhat frustrating. I mean, maybe there's something I can do with the UI that would prevent this behavior, but in any case, something feels a little off there. Yours doesn't do that? Why does mine do that? What am I... Yeah, so... Unless there's some weird reservation, you have the cursor enabled. Yeah, so okay. I go settings, right? Let me verify. So the cursor, keyboard cursor enabled is here. It's turned on, yes. Right? But I don't know the hotkey for, what am I doing now? Cabinets, N. All right, so I got this here. I'm gonna go here, I hit enter, and puts my cursor back. Resetting to the position keyboard cursor was started at, I believe. Yeah, or it's like, I think it might be in the center of the screen. Yeah, for placing furniture. Yeah. I mean, it works right. So I can use the keyboard cursor for like mining designations and it works beautifully. But every time I hit enter to place the furniture, it puts the cursor back to where it started. Which is less than ideal. And by less than ideal, I mean totally unusable. But yeah, for the mining stuff, everything works great. It's fine. Perfect. Hit M. I still want to hit D. Like, there are all kinds of things. All day long. Beautiful. Here, we can make what do you think? Is this a Constitution class? Definitely not a Galaxy class. Which version of the Enterprise is this? Might not even be an enterprise, one of the Enterprises. It might be one of the random NPC ships. Well, now this looks like the Galaxy class saucer section, but the way these nacelles are shaped. Let's see. If I do something a little bit more like that, because the Galaxy class nacelles are a little bit more even. There you go. See, this appears beautifully. I'm going to use the keyboard cursor to make beautiful, beautiful block art over here. Tarn class! Oh my god. You know what? I ought to make this into a noble's bedroom. It's not very well aligned with anything, but I don't really want to redraw it. So tough patooties. Oops. We can do from here, or I could do it here like it's docked. I don't know. We'll do this. Done. Bit of Excelsior. I still have a... Oh no, it's upstairs. The TNG had an amazing technical manual, like book. Beautiful, beautiful piece of work. Still really fun to read through these days. Really good. Butt docking. We'll use this for something. I don't know what, but we'll use it for something. Speaking of some things, what do you want? Okay, export forbidden. So yeah, your stuff's still not pretty enough. Am I still waiting for my statues? Okay, why are my silver statues not being made? Yeah, I was right. I don't have any coal. I was correct that was our bottleneck over here. So we do have wood now, so I do have the job. Let me check. I might want to set so I have them make charcoal over here. Oh, that was set to 5. I'm still going to do that. I'm going to set this number a little higher. If there's less than 5, add it to 2. It would make 5. If we have less than 5, make that. And that should hopefully help kickstart. I might make these a little bit more in bulk. 20 coke. Yeah, let's do 20 coke. And then if we have less than 20, queue up 10. I think the lignite and the bituminous coal is set up the same way. Although, the downside to this is if we have 9, then it'll never happen. But then I guess we carve out more. But yeah, we should have some logs now from the fungi wood. Assuming... we still have peach log. I do have a wood burner, right? Wood furnace. Yeah. Maybe it's just not happening fast enough. That's possible. I don't think we have, we're not really using... We don't have very strict restrictions. The big thing is just the mining here, where only the selected do this. Well, and the woodcutters and the hunters. There's no option for these because these require holding specific tools in hand. So yeah, these have restrictions, but nothing else. I have... Okay, I have fishing turned off. But everything else is on everybody does this. Oh, I don't have it for engravers. But yeah, otherwise, it should be fine. We got enough dwarves. Someone should be doing this stuff. Oh, whiskey and chocolate. Where is it? Q-Circs! Hey, thank you very much! Happy New Year to you as well. Hope 2023 is good for everyone. We've got about 15 minutes of this stream left over, but just to let you guys know, I'm going to be jumping over to a Kiss for Luck stream after this, where I'm going to be playing some Grim Dawn with, I believe, both a Kiss for Luck and Rhinoceros Maximus. I love Grim Dawn so much. I love action RPGs. I mean, I never really played Diablo 1, but I played uncountable hours of Diablo 2. I didn't play a ton of Diablo. I mean, I beat the game and everything, but didn't fall in love with Diablo 3. Fairly quickly made the move to just stick with Path of Exile for a long time. But these days, it's all Grim Dawn. Just wonderful. I really like Titan Quest as well. But anyway, we're going to be playing that. So just to let you know, and again, 15 more minutes to Dwarf Fortress, and then we're going to go and do that. Demon Axe says, for a while, I like putting on those 10-hour YouTube videos of TNG ship background noise. But I live in the basement and it's winter, so I have furnace noise instead. That actually would be kind of cool. Now, what is fighting? An emu skeleton is kicking a human bard. See, that's what these humans get for continuing to come visit us. How's our squad armoring? Well, right, it's stalled because we had a bit of a fuel crunch. Bit of a fuel crisis. Much like what's going on in the UK right now, right? Isn't that a whole thing? Or is it too soon? Some lignite. Some chalk over there too. We don't need more hematite. Well, there's some coal sitting around on the ground, so that's okay. Lignite. Just make sure we've got plenty of the raw stuff here. Shale. I got a funny story about someone named Shale. So, this was in the 80s. This was a long time ago. This is the olden times, okay? When people were a lot dumber and a lot more sheltered. Bear with me here. But my family, we signed up. There was, what is the tour called? Like Up With People or whatever? It was like touring group of like high school and college kids. They would go around, they would sing songs. I think they were raising money for charity. I don't remember what the vibe was. But part of the deal is that when they went to town, and there was like all kinds of international people would be part of this thing. And in each town, they'd try to arrange things. People are still dumb. Yeah, there was an Up With People. Yeah, people are always dumb. That's true. People who are dumb now have no excuse anymore. I say that's the difference. Then we were dumb because it was hard to get... Yeah, anyway, you could sign up and so that one of the people that were part of this touring group would come stay with you for, 2 or 3 days. However long this tour was in town. They'd put on shows at like local universities or auditoriums or whatever. It was great. They do cover songs. They were basically like Glee before Glee was a TV show. And so we signed up. We were hoping to get someone like, like from far away places, right? It was all about this. It was sold on this big cultural exchange. We're opening from somewhere from some far away place. We were in like Northern Ontario, not even more remote and more Northern Ontario than I live now. You know, Nowheresville. Well, it's Timmins, the city with the heart of gold. Shania Twain's from there. Anyway, so we sign up. And my mom went out to pick up the person that we're getting. It was, and we're really excited. We're hoping, like, again, we're hoping for someone like that'll give us a different experience. And she gets there, and she sees the person's coming up to them with like name tag or however it's arranged, with very, I can't remember. It's been a long time. I don't remember what this person looked like, but they looked Asian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean. We would have no idea back then, right? Again. We were ignorant as fuck, but we're like excited. It's like, yes, this is going to be an interesting international exchange. It's exactly what we're hyped for. And she comes up to my mom and says, "Hi, I'm Shale from Alabama." Not exactly what we're like, not what we thought it was going to go. It turned out to be such a wonderful experience. So great. Turns out there were a lot of cultural differences and interesting cross-learning that happened anyway. But it was like, that's my funny story, my funny, ignorant story about the olden days, about our encounter with someone named Shale. It's the only person I've ever met in my life named Shale, which is a damn shame because I think it's a very nice name. Alabama's still quite different culture. Yeah. I live in Texas and think of Alabama as a foreign culture. Yeah. Oh, what is this question about? Hang on. Fat Kid for Life. Yes. This bad boy. Oh, so good. Okay. So, by default, when you load up Dwarf Fortress, this new version, 5.0, the Steam edition, this is closed. But a bunch of the categories have the little arrows here for advanced options. And you can use this for priority, but the big thing is the auto mine. So Dwarf Fortress has actually had this vein auto mining tool in for quite some time. I've never really used it because I used DF Hack's auto vein tool for a long time before it was in the main Dwarf Fortress game, and I just was used to it. It's default hotkey Control V. You would just open up your mining cursor, and you would just like Control V on a vein, and DF Hack does it differently. DF Hack draws out the entire vein, like it cheats. It knows where the minerals are behind the scenes, but it would just designate it to be mined because that was the only way it could do it. But now built into Dwarf Fortress, and by now I mean for a few years. I don't know if version 4.7 was the one that introduced it or the one before, but it's been there. And yeah, it had this auto mine command over here. And I'm not sure if the versions previous to this also had these two. So this is only gems, where literally if I go to a floor, let me pause, and I've got that enabled and I do this, all it's going to do is it's going to designate gems. Only gems you can see to be mined. So that's what happened over here. And then the other tool over here is veins, ore and gems. So again, same thing. If I do this, and only the ones you can see will get designated. But then it also has this auto tool where what it does is it works initially very similar to this one. You box select and it designates to be mined ores and gems. But if mining that ore out reveals more ore behind it, it also gets designated to be mined. There's a couple of cases where it doesn't seem to do it. Might be when there's different ore boundaries or things. I don't know. But yeah, it's very handy. Anything else? There you go. I don't want to take down these walls, actually. I guess I could probably just cancel like that. I think that's okay. I don't think I'm screwing anything up by doing that. Boop, 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 boop. It was version 0.40. Wow, that was a long time ago. For all I know, the base version had it before DF Hack. No, that wouldn't make sense. Why would DF Hack bother to implement it if it was in the base game before then? Yeah. I missed a big gift sub. Oh, that sounds exactly like me. Boop your face. Thank you very much for the 25 gift subs. I'm sorry that I'm terrible at my job. It was probably while I was in the middle of my like awkward story. Actually, if you like ever go back in the VOD, there'll be like me like mousing over and seeing Shale and saying something about it, and then like 30 seconds of silence as like my brain is trying to process like, it's okay, right? Especially if I preface it by like pointing out that, again, dumb and ignorant. We got better. Dun, 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 dun. We just wanted to meet new people. Ooh, our little pond is filling up. That's nice. 1,000 people here that like how you do the job. I don't know why. Yeah. Okay. João Miguel Jorge. That is an excellent thing. That I was going to post it in my family Discord today, or last night, whenever I saw it, but I don't think I did because there was other conversations going on. So yeah, I guess Rolling Stone just came out with a list of top 200 female singers of all time. I don't know if it was supposed to be ordered. I'm assuming you wouldn't dare order something like that because it's going to be so subjective. Like, I think like Taylor Swift is like entry 104 or something, and like she's very good. I realize it's like, well, she's poppy and popular, and therefore she's very good. But yeah, they didn't include Céline Dion, which, as a French Canadian, I take extremely personally. I'm nearly as offended by this as there was an episode of Supernatural where the angel, is his name Balthazar? What was his name? Anyway, he went back in time and prevented the Titanic from sinking for various reasons. But as a result, and he claimed he did it because he hated the song. And then Sam and Dean are like, who's Céline Dion? Oh, some destitute lounge singer in Quebec. First of all, you son of a bitch, Céline Dion is a natural freaking hero. She won Eurovision on behalf of Switzerland. She would still be a huge megastar if not for Titanic. I know, I'm getting a little upset, but it's true. She told... So, yeah, I think it's crazy. Because she's an excellent singer, and it's really weird that she wouldn't be included on the list. Of 200! I know there's a lot of skilled singers out there that have happened in history, but wow. Come on. Yeah, Céline Dion, so with Eurovision, Eurovision is a songwriting contest. So you can have people from another country represent and present the song and sing the song, which has happened. I believe it was on behalf of Switzerland in the 80s? Maybe? I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, that's my outrage mode for a moment here. As a French Canadian, it really hurt my heart. Knew who Celine Dion was before Titanic. Yeah, and me too. My road trips. So when I was a kid, so my family has, since I was a baby, literally a baby, not before I was born, but like a few months into my existence, my parents have always owned a place on Manitoulin Island, largest freshwater island in the world. Beautiful, wonderful place. They've had a series of places, cottages, throughout. Like by cottage, I mean shack out in the woods with no running water or electricity, to now they live there in a very nice house. They've always loved Manitoulin Island, including when we lived in Timmins, which I was just talking about. And every weekend, in the summer, as long as there was no snow on the roads, every single weekend we would make the drive from Timmins, Ontario to Manitoulin Island, which is 4.5 hours each way. Every weekend we would do this. 3 kids, my brother, my sister, and myself, crammed into the back seat of the car. 4.5 hours. We'd stop halfway to pee, and we'd get to buy a bag of chips. Highlight of the entire trip is amazing. Anyway, so we occasionally listen to we usually listen to music, but we were not a very musical family. We didn't own a lot of music. We probably had like 3 cassette tapes. Like, period. And one of those was like a trivia tape. We had like, okay, there's a little more than that. We probably had 2 like bought from a gas station, like I think it was like solid gold, like hits from like the 60s. But then we also had, eventually I got a Walkman, and I got Celine Dion, I want to say like Color of My Love. I listened the shit out of that thing. We're getting more cranky dwarves, which is not a surprise. We've been sealed in here for a while. There's probably all kinds of something wrong. Yeah, it was oldies taped. I listened to Rock Around the Clock, Blueberry Hill. That was it. And that was basically my entire musical exposure as a kid. I basically missed the 80s in terms of music. Made up for it afterwards. Learned a lot once I started going out with Essentia, who is very into music. Got a very rapid musical education, which is good. It's time to kill the undead with military. Let's take a look. Let's see how the armament situation has gone. Yeah, it still hasn't really moved. Who are we trying to give water to? Is someone injured? Or is it an animal? Where's my hospital? No one's in the hospital. Who's it trying to give water to? I have booze. Do kids not drink booze? I thought dwarven kids also drank booze, but I might be wrong about that. Maybe I'll just open the walls here. We've got enough military. Yeah, kids drink booze. They do. Yeah, that's what I thought. And there's no one in the hospital, which is usually who you try to give water to. Because we're in this cavern lair, but I think this cavern lair might be dry. Yeah, release the poet. I wonder if the poet's still alive. All right, let's tear down these walls. Ich ein Berliner. Something. Right? I say to you, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. That's not the button. This is the button. Also, I should not accidentally remove the staircase. Yeah, screw it. Let's just get rid of all of them. What could possibly go wrong? We haven't gone to Forgotten Beast yet. I am on the wrong mode. I have not seen a single Forgotten Beast in the new version of Dwarf Fortress yet. So there's some excitement. We shouldn't have to designate a water source, I think. Other? Prefer zones. Drink water only. Yeah, prefer zone. If you don't designate a zone, I think they can grab water from anywhere. Oh, now that's a good point. If we designated a water zone outside, then maybe they won't drink water. No, it's still just prefer. And I don't see, I think we've got, yeah, it would show up as a green area here if I designated a water zone. I think in the YouTube series, I have a little brook in the bottom right corner that I did designate a water zone there, but I don't think we did here. Yeah, I keep getting confuzzled between the two series a lot. Learning a lesson. Don't play two versions of the same game at the same time. I'm just too excited for Dwarf Fortress. All right, walls are coming down. I wonder if that poet's still alive. Yeah, this is all water here. Okay, so yeah, this is the actual water. So this level here is the surface of the water. So a dwarf should be able to walk down here and pick up some water if need be. That's all ramp. Yeah, they should be able to get down there and be okay. Unless we don't have a bucket. No, that's not what they're complaining about, though. I don't even see the code anymore. It's just blonde dwarf, brunette dwarf, redhead dwarf. I don't know why I've got this skull with nothing in it. Same thing here. Maybe they're combat alerts that are being moved here because the way I've hacked as in roughly taken a hatchet and try to like smash things in a certain way. Not as in I'm an elite hacksaw, the announcement system. I suspect there might be something like that. Yeah, a few of these are empty, including this. Maybe they're just too old and they've aged off. That's possible. Okay, let me get new planting going on here. What I'm looking for workshops, farming, which really should be called food or something, because it includes a lot of things that are not farming. Rating Ava. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it's time. Hold on. Let me get this down. We are going to... So we're going to be switching over. Kiss for Lux channel is... she's going to be playing Grim Dawn. I'm joining her for some multiplayer Grim Dawn. So we're going to be wrapping up here, which is good, because I've been talking very aggressively here, and I've recorded a bunch of stuff this morning as well. So my throat is feeling scratchy, so it'll be good to not talk quite as much. But yeah, I'll be playing Grim Dawn with her over on her channel, so hopefully some of you guys join us over there. Otherwise, next live stream's on Wednesday. Not sure what we're going to do on Wednesday. We have been doing Dwarf Fortress twice a week. Wednesday might be more of this Dwarf Fortress run, or might be something else. Kind of inclined to maybe try something. I'm not sure what, though. You have an alligator killing dwarves right in front of you? Oh, that is possible. Hang on. We're going to do plump helmets here. Oh, no, sorry, pigtails. In fact, I'm just going to grow pigtails. And leave it fallow on the others, just so there's no weird stuff. I don't actually see the alligator. Looks like we might practice some doctoring here in a sec. Maybe it already died? That might be the case. One thing I want to check. Okay, one more thing. I'm just checking real quick before we go and raid a Kiss for Lux channel, because I want to get my Grim on. Okay, in this game, we still had this not set up right. Okay, because I wasn't sure how these roles worked. This hospital system is new to 5.0, and I wasn't sure how it worked. The doctor does everything unless someone's assigned to a specialist role. So really all we need is a doctor setup, which hopefully has a lot of proper skills. So, like, Aerith is only good at surgery, but I guess that's fine, because we don't have anyone good at anything else. I suppose I could put Korthos in here, dabbling, but they're busy being captain of the guard. So I'll have Aerith in here as a generic doctor. If we get someone else with generic skills, I could put them as a doctor and move Aerith over to surgeon. But for now, we're just going to set that up. That's going to be okay. Petitioner open TDD. That would be interesting. I haven't played that in ages. Just an alligator. I'll see you later. If it's crocodile, only after a while. Boo! Boo, boo, boo. All right. Yeah, we're going to raid a Kiss for Lux channel, and I'm going to be joining her for some multiplayer Grim Dawn. Folks, thanks a lot for watching. I'm going to see you guys on Wednesday for something. Saturday's going to be more Rim World, I think. But for now, follow me over to Kiss for Lux channel. Give her some love. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye-bye.